Have you ever felt like you were searching for something bigger, something that gives true meaning to your life, but didn't know exactly what it was or where to start? Imagine for a moment discovering a map, not for hidden treasure, but for something much more valuable, the path to your own spiritual awakening. Yes, I'm talking about that deep and transformative journey that connects you to the essence, the purpose of your soul, and frees you from the invisible chains that hold you to the ordinary. Let's explore these stages together, from the first moment of questioning to the full realization of your authentic self. Each step is a rung, each insight a key. And believe it or not, even if you feel like you're just starting, or perhaps lost at some point along the way, this video has the guidance you need to find the trail again. Most importantly, discover how each step on this journey can transform you in ways you never imagined. The journey of spiritual awakening. The journey to better understand who we are and our place in the world is like a great personal adventure. Imagine following a path full of twists and turns that takes you inside yourself, to discover parts of you that you didn't even know existed. This journey does not follow a straight line. It's like climbing a spiral staircase, where each step helps you to know yourself better, to change, and finally, to see the world and yourself in a completely new way. In each part of this adventure, you will find new ideas, obstacles to overcome, and important lessons. Stage of unconsciousness. At the beginning of this spiritual journey, many of us live without realizing how our minds and emotions control our daily lives. We believe that what we think and feel defines who we are. Often, we react automatically to situations without stopping to think about why we are acting that way. It's as if we're in a movie, where events happen one after another, and we simply respond without questioning the script. For example, if someone cuts us off in traffic, our immediate reaction may be anger. Or, when we receive a compliment, we feel instantly happy. These reactions may seem natural, but in reality, they are conditioned by patterns of thought and emotion that we adopt over our lives. Our true self, the observer behind these thoughts and emotions, gets lost in the process. In this stage, called the stage of unconsciousness, we live as if we had no control over our lives. We feel at the mercy of circumstances, reacting to events with a limited set of responses: joy, sadness, anger, frustration. It feels like we're trapped inside a maze, spinning in circles, experiencing the same kinds of situations over and over again, without finding a way out. Our personal history, the beliefs we hold about ourselves and the world, dominate our perception of reality. If we believe we're not good enough, every failure reinforces that belief. If we think the world is a dangerous place, every piece of bad news we hear confirms our view. This way of living keeps us stuck in a state of chronic dissatisfaction, as we're always reacting to what happens around us, instead of actively creating the life we want. Many of us spend years, or even decades, in this stage without realizing there's another way to live. But spiritual awakening begins when we recognize that we are more than our thoughts and emotions, that we have the power to change our story. This recognition can come in many forms: a book we read, a conversation with a friend, or a moment of silence amidst nature, where suddenly we realize there's more to life than just reacting to events around us. Understanding that we're in this stage of unconsciousness is the crucial first step on the journey of spiritual awakening. It's the moment we start to question the beliefs we hold about ourselves and the world, making room for a new way of living that's more conscious and fulfilling. In the process of spiritual awakening, there comes a critical moment known as the death of the ego. This moment is marked by a profound internal transformation, where we start to question and, ultimately, distance ourselves from the superficial identities we've adopted throughout life. These identities, often based on our gender, age, race, and belief system, act as masks that we wear to fit into society. During this stage, we begin to realize that these masks prevent us from experiencing the totality of our true self. For instance, if someone has always seen themselves solely as a successful professional, this single view of themselves can limit their ability to find satisfaction in other areas of life, like relationships or hobbies. Similarly, if we strongly cling to our political or religious beliefs, we may close ourselves off from understanding and appreciating the perspectives of others. The death of the ego involves confronting and letting go of these identifications, which can be a challenging and even painful process. It's like we're disassembling a house we built brick by brick, each brick representing a belief or an aspect of our identity we thought was essential to who we are. As we remove these bricks, we may feel vulnerable or exposed, as if we've lost our sense of direction or purpose. However, as this process unfolds, something remarkable happens. We begin to discover a space within us that's deeper and more stable than any superficial identity we might have adopted. It's a space of pure awareness, unattached to any label or judgment. This is our true self, a calm and unchanging observer of our human experience. This recognition marks the beginning of a new phase of freedom and clarity. Free from the limitations imposed by the ego, we become more open and receptive to life. We start to see people and situations with new eyes, appreciating the richness and diversity of the world around us. Without the barriers of the ego, our heart opens to a deeper connection with others and with the universe itself. Therefore, the death of the ego is not the end, but a spiritual rebirth. It frees us from the chains of social conditioning and invites us to live from a place of true authenticity and inner peace. This stage is an invitation to discover and embrace the vastness of our true self, allowing us to live a full and meaningful life. After overcoming the challenging phase of the death of the ego, we find ourselves in a new chapter of our spiritual journey, the search. This stage is marked by an intense desire to explore and understand the deepest secrets of life. With an open mind and heart, we begin to seek answers to the big questions that have long echoed within us. Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? How can I connect more deeply with the universe around me? Our search for truth manifests in various ways. Some people are drawn to meditation, practicing it daily to quiet the mind and cultivate a deeper connection with their inner being. Others may be called to study ancient philosophies and spiritual teachings, reading sacred texts and works of spiritual masters to absorb their wisdom. Another might feel drawn to silent spiritual retreats, where immersion in nature and the practice of deep introspection offer new insights into existence. As we explore these practices and teachings, we begin to question and often challenge our previous beliefs. This can lead to moments of discomfort, as confronting and letting go of ideas we once held true is not easy. However, it is precisely this process of questioning and opening up to new perspectives that allows us to grow and evolve on our spiritual journey. The search also leads us to recognize the interconnection of all things. We might experience this while walking in nature, feeling a sense of oneness with the world around us, or realizing how our actions and emotional states affect not just ourselves, but also the people around us. This awareness of the interdependence of life encourages us to live more consciously and compassionately. This stage of the spiritual journey is as much about finding answers as it is about learning to appreciate the questions. As each discovery leads to new questions, we understand that the search for truth is an endless path, a continual journey that enriches and transforms us. With each step forward, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the magnificent mystery that is life. Reaching the stage of the emergence of the authentic self, we find ourselves at a decisive turning point in our spiritual journey. This is the moment when we truly begin to honor who we are, shedding the roles and expectations society has imposed on us over the years. This process of self-discovery and authenticity leads us to question and often redefine fundamental aspects of our lives. An essential part of this stage is the recognition and acceptance of our true passions and talents. Imagine, for example, someone who spent years in a career chosen under family pressure, but always had a deep love for art. Upon reaching this stage, they might finally allow themselves to follow their true calling, dedicating themselves to painting or writing, activities that truly reflect their soul. Similarly, this is a time for evaluating our relationships. We may find that some friendships or even family ties are based on who we used to be, not who we are becoming. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting off these connections, but perhaps redirecting them in a way that respects our new self. Similarly, new relationships can blossom with people who resonate with our authenticity, offering support and understanding on our path. In the professional realm, the emergence of the authentic self might mean a drastic change. Someone who has worked in a rigid corporate environment might feel the need to move to a job that offers more creativity and freedom, or perhaps start their own business, aligned with their true values and passions. This phase also involves rediscovering and embracing the hobbies and interests that bring us joy, but might have been neglected. Whether it's picking up a musical instrument again, dedicating time to gardening, or learning a new language, each activity we choose is a reflection of our deepest and most genuine identity. Living according to our authentic self requires courage, as it implies making decisions that may not be well received by everyone around us. However, it's a crucial step toward achieving a life of fulfillment and integrity. As we align more closely with our true desires and values, life begins to flow more smoothly, and we experience a sense of peace and fulfillment that only comes from being truly in harmony with who we are. This stage is not the end of the journey, but a new beginning, full of possibilities and promises for an authentic and rewarding future. Reaching the stage of aligned living, we enter a phase where harmony between our inner self and the external world becomes the norm. This is a time of deep connection and integration, where our true essence guides every thought, word, and action. Our sense of identity is firmly rooted in who we truly are, allowing us to navigate life with a clear sense of purpose and an inner calm that permeates all our experiences. In this stage, self-love is not just a concept, it's the foundation of everything we do. This means taking care of our physical health, nourishing our body with food that revitalizes it, and activities that strengthen it. Mentally and emotionally, we practice kindness towards ourselves, forgiving our mistakes, and celebrating our achievements, big or small. This love extends beyond us, touching those around us. We treat others with the same compassion and understanding we offer ourselves, enriching our relationships, and creating more authentic and meaningful connections. Our contribution to the world also becomes more conscious and deliberate. Whether through our work, volunteering, or simple acts of kindness in daily life, we seek ways to make a difference, big or small. We might get involved in community projects, help protect the environment, or simply offer a smile and a kind word to someone in need. Each action, driven by a sense of purpose and alignment with our deepest values, contributes to a better world. We experience life as a sacred interconnection of all things. This can manifest in awe at the natural beauty of the world, appreciation for the diversity of human cultures, or awareness of how our choices affect not just ourselves, but the planet as a whole. This understanding of interdependence encourages us to live in a more conscious and sustainable way. Aligned living is characterized by a fluidity between being and doing. There's no longer a rigid separation between who we are and what we do. Each action reflects our inner truth. For example, if we value creativity, we can find ways to incorporate creative expression into our daily routine, whether through art, writing, or even in how we solve problems at work. If spirituality is central to our life, we might dedicate time to meditation, reading inspirational texts, or practicing rituals that reinforce our connection with the divine. In this stage, we're no longer seeking happiness in material possessions or external approval. Instead, we find joy and satisfaction in the authenticity of our being and the richness of our daily experiences. Aligned living is a celebration of what's truly important to us, a state of grace where every moment is lived fully and every choice is made with love and awareness. Each step of spiritual awakening offers us the opportunity to grow, learn, and evolve. Recognizing which stage we're in is not just an act of self-awareness, but also an invitation to fully embrace our spiritual journey, with all its lights and shadows. This path is not reserved for a select few. It's a possibility open to all who dare to question, seek, and live according to their deepest truth. And so, step by step, we unravel the mysteries of our being, learning to live a life of fulfillment, purpose, and peace. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like and follow us. See you next time.